Hi everyone, here I am on the public test realm. I normally don't do this, but there's been a lot of requests for, well, some details of what 7.2.5 is going to bring, and it's kind of excited. Um, there's quite a few changes that I'm going to go over. A lot of it's just numbers. Um, just a pre-warning right now, this is going to change. There's no way all of this is staying live. So with that in mind, you can get excited for the changes, but please take it with a grain of salt, because what I'm going to go over now is not going to be how it is when it goes live. If it does, it's going to be nerfed within days. Um, yeah, we're broken, is what I'm trying to say. There are two nerfs I want to cover quickly. This is from the beginning of 7.2.5 PTR. This has been around for a while. First is your last resort or cheat death. Um, the last resort will now, well, the whole idea is we can no longer cheat mechanics. If we have an overkill of anything that's under 2 times our max health, it works just like it normally does. So say if I have 6 million HP and I eat an 8 million overkill, I'm alive. It's not a big deal. The nerf comes in where if you eat anything that's over 2 times your max health, it does not proc, you just die. So if I have 6 million HP, 2 times that is 12 million, so if I have a 12 million overkill, or 12 million and 1 damage overkill, you're dead. This will not affect most people. Like, this is an extremely rare situation. This is Mythic Raiders trying to cheese an encounter. Like Spellblade on Mythic, the ad that does a giant cleave that you need to split amongst everybody. You could cheese one of them by eating it by yourself, and last resort would save you, you'd be fine. You can no longer do that after this patch. That hit is over 2 times your max HP, you would die. So we have the last resort nerf, which, like I said, will not affect most people. And then there's a demon spike nerf that will also not affect much people, or many people. How it works is you cannot have over 3 times of the standard duration of demon spikes up at any given time. What do I mean? If I go over here and pop demon spikes, right now we have 6 seconds on demon spikes. That means 3 times that is 18 seconds. So if we pull some pain, pop demon spikes twice, then pop demonic infusion, and then pop demon spikes again, the max duration of demon spikes will be 18 seconds. And we can never get it over 18 seconds, even though we just popped it, 5 times in the matter of seconds, and that should be 30 seconds worth of demon spikes. It will not do that. It will only go to 18 seconds. Now, you should probably not do this anyways. So this change should also not affect many people. This was a direct nerf to brewmasters, who can keep up their Iron Skin brew indefinitely. They don't want that to happen. So they just did a giant sweep to all tanks, and we cannot keep up our primary defensive for more than 3 times the standard duration. And I would be shocked if this affects anybody, to be honest. So that is the 2 nerfs that we received. So let's talk about the fun stuff. First off, the damage of everything we do has been increased. So right off the bat, I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure every ability that we have, including talents, has had a damage buff. Let me look at the notes here, just to give you an idea. Soul Cleave has its damage increased. Instead of 270% of our attack power, it's now 340%. And our Throw Glaive went from 135 to 170. Fall devastation went from 90% to 115%. Fracture went from 378 plus 756 up to 475 plus 945. So all the damage that we do was just buffed. Right off the bat, just a flat buff, which is huge. But that's not the big change. There's two really big changes, and one of them is very controversial and it's not going to stay like this. There's no way. But first, let me show you the best quality of life change. So let me go over here and let me start getting some souls out. And you can see my soul counter here. So before, when you get up to 5 souls, anything that you spawned after the 5 would just disappear and you can't use them. But now, if you spawn more than 5, you just automatically absorb them. So I'm spamming Fracture now, and I'm absorbing all of these souls. Instead of wasting them, you just pick them, you auto-consume. I'm not moving, I'm not doing anything besides Fracture, and you just auto-consume. And that pops your Pain Breeder, which is like, you can get close to, you can have 100% uptime of Pain Breeder if you do this correctly. So you can have a 15%, and it still says, I thought it was nerfed to 12, but it still says 15% damage reduction. You can have that up forever. And it's massive healing. Because this is like Crosis without having to move. You just constantly pick up all of these soul fragments. So that's fueled by pain. You can proc. That's Pain Bringer. That's healing. It's pretty nuts. Like, this change is absolutely massive. Yeah, this is huge. The other huge change is to Spirit Bomb. Again, warning, this will not stay like this. There's absolutely no way whatsoever. So if you're really excited about this, try to keep it to a minimum, because this is not going live. So let me go back over and let me get my soul fragments back out. Some pain, got some fracture a couple times. Okay, so I have 5 soul fragments. How this would work before, I would cast Spirit Bomb and 1 fragment will hit him and put Frailty on him. Now what happens is it takes all of our fragments. We will consume them, so they will now heal us, because it didn't do that before, and then it will explode on the target. So let me do it. Actually, that's only 1. Hold up. Sorry, PTR, none of my add-ons are working really. I gotta pick up to full health. So, before, when you cast Spirit Bomb, would cast 1 of your fragments, hits the target, does like 100, maybe 150 damage to an AoE 8-yard radius. And it will pop the Frailty debuff for your healing. Now, instead of doing 1, it does all of them. And it will heal you, and when it never did that before, so you consume them and you shoot out the souls. It doesn't really do an animation, but you consume all your fragments and then you hit the target in an AoE. So let me show you. Alright, let's get some souls back up. Alright, that should be 5. Okay, so I'm cast, because remember, Spirit Bomb is fire, so let me get my Fire Demise window open. So Fire Demise window, Spirit Bomb, and let me go. Alright. So for that fight, Spirit Bomb just hit the single target for 2.37 million damage. This is a hit, that was not a crit. When I was testing a few things before I started recording, I had a crit for like 4.6 million on a single target. Now if there was 6 targets, take that, multiply it by 6, minus the Fiery Demise bonus, right? So, Spirit Bomb hits like a truck. Like, it's just insane, and it now heals you. If we look at healing, so let's pop up our healing, and Spirit Bomb just healed us for 262,000 healing, just casting it. And then you had a Charred Warblades for, let me see here, right, count. Without popping out the logs, I can't say exactly how much Spirit Bomb healed me for, but Charred Warblades was another 330,000. Consumed Soul, 622,000. So, Spirit Bomb just healed for 262,000 and hit for 2.3 million damage. This is not staying live. Like, this is exciting, this is awesome, but there's no way these numbers are coming alive. I don't want them to, because then we'll be broken, but it's insane. So, assuming the numbers stay remotely close to this, this changes the rotation drastically. How your rotation would work is you would never cast Soul Cleave ever again, because Spirit Bomb works as a better Soul Cleave with a lot more damage. So the rotation would be getting up, get your pain up, right? So it's doing normal rotation, get pain up. I'm not gonna worry about talents or anything right now, but like once you have pain, if you have fragments, you will Spirit Bomb, and then you would Razor Spikes, and then you spam Fracture, spam Fracture, spam Fracture. And when you have too many fragments, you Spirit Bomb again, get more pain, so you can spam more Fracture. And once you have your bombs up again, you Spirit Bomb again. At no point would you ever cast Soul Cleave. Soul Cleave, with this rotation, with these numbers, is broken. You will lose damage and healing if you actually cast Soul Cleave. And that's like, besides, you know, Sigil Flame, Infernal Slam, Soul Carve, like besides the other abilities we have, once you put everything in cooldown, it's just Shear, Fracture, and Spirit Bomb. That's it. You will never cast Soul Cleave ever again. Because of that, assuming this goes live, the 4-piece tier 19 is now worthless because you never cast Soul Cleave. And then Feed the Demon, you'll never take it because Fracture is too good. It's too amazing. Way too much damage and all that healing. Because even if you don't cast Spirit Bomb, you're still sucking in 2 fragments every time you cast Fracture. Like, it's amazing. So Feed the Demon is dead. Soul Cleave is dead. You still run Fallout. I'm not gonna talk about tier 99 because that's different based on tier 20 bonuses. But like, yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna end the video there. These changes, like, it's good to get excited for the changes. These changes are good, but do it with a grain of salt. Don't get too hyped. The quality of life of the soul consumption is huge, and Spirit Bomb being buffed is also huge. Just those numbers are going to be nerfed. There's no way those numbers are going to stay that high. This would just straight dominate everybody, including some DPS, I'm sure. So yeah, that ends my video. If you liked the video, please subscribe or give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.